So I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of California. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to comp out a property. So we're comping out a property in the city of Long Beach. And this came across my desk not long ago. And I'm going to show it to you. So let's pull it up real quick. 4715 Tolbert. I think that was the address. Oh, 4517. What was it? 4517 Tolbert. All right, here it is. This is what we're looking at. This is essentially property details from public record, which I have access to. So if you guys are an investor, you guys can probably subscribe to one of these websites. I pay a monthly service to have access to this via the MLS. Gives me a breakdown of all the details. We could see this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home. It was 1,053 square feet initially, sitting on a 5,100 square foot lot, built in 1945. Some of the information, this is the address. I'm okay to share the address right now because I didn't acquire this property. It's actually been sold. These are the current owners. I believe the property's in escrow at the moment. If we scroll down a little bit, tells us the APN, which is the assessor's parcel number. This is actually all the legal description, which you would find in like a title report, the tract number, lot, and typically a page. I don't see that, but in your title report it would say on this specific page, this lot number, this tract, boom. And that way you could confirm you're looking at the right piece of real estate. Scroll down a little bit more. Characteristics: single family home. It is frontage of 50, which means 50 feet from left to right, and 105 feet of lot depth. Right here it's saying it's an attached garage. That's not accurate information because I drove by the property and it's actually a 2-car detached garage. Anything out of the ordinary? No. Scroll down even further. We have what this website kind of gauges the fair market value for the home. And this is just a starting point. So it's telling us $672,400. We also have a range here. It's telling us that homes in the area seem to be selling between $596,600 and $749,200 for something that's comparable. Now, this website is kind of nice. It gives me access to any loans against the property. It tells me when it was sold. Right here it's saying these are the current owners. Looks like they bought it back in 2000, and there's a mortgage on the property for $35,000 and maybe a miscellaneous loan. So when it says other institutional lender, when I see it right here, this could be like some sort of private note, a secondary, or they could have just refinanced this first one. Who knows, right? Because this is back in 2000, and this loan's from 2020. So 3 years ago, for some reason, they got a $35,000 loan. If we go down even further, we have a little foreclosure information. Right here, it's a notice of default that was filed back in 2022, and a release of list pendants back in February of this year. So let's get ready to comp this thing. And I know if some of you guys have taken notice, we have a couple tabs up here. If you guys want to look at a few things, you can look at the assessor map, a neighborhood profile, neighbors, marketing trends. You could also look at comparables. Now, this is a quick way of doing things. I'm going to show you guys the right method to do this on the MLS. But essentially, this information is being grabbed from the MLS. So do I rarely click on this comparables tab? It's not often. I like to put my own parameters in when I'm looking for comps. All right, so we have the address. Let's take our address and we know a few parameters: 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1053 square feet, built in 1945. The year is not too important because we are dealing with a neighborhood that's built in about the same year. So go back to our page. We have some basic information. You can see I've selected coming soon, active listings under contract, pending listings, and let's click close listings. This right here allows you to adjust how many days you're going back in time. So if I want to look from yesterday to 180 days, this is that selection. We'll leave this right here for the moment. Let's come over here to the bedrooms tab, click 3. We already know it has 1 bath. Let's click 1, and our living area was 1053. Now, this is an important section. Oops. Living area. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Living area. You want to put parameters in this one. You can't just look up 1053 because it doesn't make any sense. So normally I would do about 20% of the square footage. We'll go from 800, let's say 1250, and see what happens. This will give us a good indicator as far as what a home is worth. Let's come over here. We want a single family house. And last but not least, click on map. You want to look in a specific area. Let's put the address in, Long Beach. All right, perfect. So, actually, let me zoom in for you. So this little red marker right here is a subject property. This map will centralize itself to the subject. So we know this is our 4517 Tolbert. This is the house we were interested in that was sent to us by a wholesaler. And if you look at that, if you zoom out a little bit on the map, we have 2 comparables that fall within our parameters. One happens to be just next door. Oh, what's this? This one's for sale. This one is currently listed for sale for $795. Looks pretty clean. Actually looks really clean. Dated home, but you can tell that it's been well taken care of. Some upgrades. They've upgraded the bathroom a little bit, and the flooring looks like it's been refinished. Overall, good little house. They do have a portable AC unit here, which tells me at least that room's not has an air conditioning. Looks good. Good curb appeal. Looks like it has some sort of covered patio. That's probably what this bar area is. Man, if this would have been pending, it would be a great comp. So we're trying to find out what the value is based on active comparables. Now, when I looked at this home, let's go back to our map. When I looked at this home, there was nothing for sale in the area. And when I'm talking immediate area, let's look a half a mile away. Okay. Results. And let's look at list view. Make it a little bit easier for us. So we could compare everything that's currently active or that's sold. So we have 2 comps, one at 750, the other at 750. They're both 3-bedroom, 1-bath homes. They're actually slightly smaller at 1,000 square feet and 1,005 square feet. And they're sitting on about the same size lot. So when I was looking at the value of this home, it was tough to gauge what it could have been worth because, these sales are, or this one being the neighbor, is originally dated. So I was like, okay, this is a great indicator that this home is worth $750 all day. The caveat for this specific property was no one was allowed in the home to see the condition. And this happens sometimes when a wholesaler is trying to sell a house. They get an expansive list of interested parties, they do a walkthrough. Whoever wants to come take a look at the home can take a look at it. And in this specific case, this is the only time it's happened to me. Another another investor tried to get into the home without permission and essentially ruined the showing for everybody. So every investor that was interested in this home needed to submit a blind offer. And I already know what that is like. My last property that I purchased in Gardena, I purchased blind. It had a squatter living there. I couldn't do anything. It just kind of sucked. So, and I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of on a tangent here. This is a second comp. It's a block away. Unfortunately, there are no photos of it. And it tells you that this home right here, it was sold off market. Whoops. It was sold off market, and this was input into the MLS for comparable purposes only. So this was only put online to help those and others like myself who are trying to determine a value for another property. All right, let's go back to our map and let's click on this active listing. So this is listed at $795 a square foot. Oops, you guys can see that right there. It's on a 5,500 square foot lot. And let's go back to the map. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's get that central, easy for you guys. So here's the subject. There's the subject right here. We would be coming out of the block onto 45th, and the house is sitting right here. Long Beach Boulevard is a well-traveled street, and once you get onto 45th, it's considered residential. So it's still sitting in a residential. The only benefit that this thing has going for it is it falls in the category by itself. There's nothing in the immediate area within a half a mile. And for those who are looking in the Bixby Knolls area, which is this pocket, and you're looking for an entry-level home, you may be considering purchasing this home. And this is actually a trust sale. Now, I'll be kicking myself in the ass if this thing goes pending for anything close to this, because I took a chance. I made an offer at 616 when making a 616 offer that was blind. Unfortunately, I was beat out by someone who submitted a 625 offer. Now, with that being said, I'm not too mad about this because we are in a depressed market. There are some benefits to this. I didn't know what the condition was. I didn't know if it was torn. They were nice enough to tell me it was a 6 out of 10. It was original. But looking at the neighboring house, let's click. Am I clicking on it? Click on it, buddy. If I'm looking at the neighboring house, this sold for $750 in original condition. So I pegged the resale at $750, and my plan was to buy it at $615, go in, paint carpet, so spend another $15,000 and put it right back on the market. And for whatever it sold at, I would either make a profit or I would lose some money. And I think I could have made a little bit of money, but you get to a point where the risk versus reward, it may not play out the way you want. And because I have hard money costs associated with borrowing money, for me to take a chance on something sight unseen, it just didn't make realistic sense. And I need to put myself in a position where I'm more comfortable with the deals I do. And a blind offer, it makes it tough. But back to comping this thing out. So this is a new listing. It's been listed, I think, one day. Yes, right here. Combined days on the market. I'm going to highlight it right here. It's been listed for 1 day. So I didn't see this. If it goes pending, more power to the person who purchased that other home, because it's probably just going to bump up that price. Who knows what they're going to do to that home in the long run. But it's safe to say, based on this comp and this comp, the subject property is worth $750,000 all day. And that's that. So if you guys found this video useful or helpful, or if you guys want me to make videos on something else, let me know. I've been a realtor for 17 years and I flip houses in the interim. So if you're looking to buy, sell, I can help you out. If you guys have questions on investing, I could also help you out. I don't know how many houses I've flipped. It's been well over 10, and I'm happy to assist in any way I can. So thanks for tuning in. This was just a video to show you guys how to comp a property on a deal I made an offer on a week ago that was off market, and my offer was blind. So see you next time. Talk to you soon.